Hey squashers, Philip here. This is a racket press. Repeat, racket press. Now, it was originally used on wooden rackets. And it was designed to make sure that they don't warp. Is this one warped? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Now, originally, rackets, and this, by the way, is my oldest racket that I've got. It's a very, very old racket. Look at that. Rackets were much thinner and weaker. This, I believe, is a handmade racket. And then around the 1960s, something like that, Dunlop and lots of other manufacturers started making mass-produced rackets, but they still warped. This is a beautiful example from Lacoste, and it hasn't warped. So why would they warp, Philip? Why would they warp? Well, they warped because of moisture and humidity. All right, so, okay, so why are you telling me this, Philip? I understand, I can hear you. Well, just before the pandemic, I had to store all of my rackets, and I didn't want to just put rackets and then other rackets on, you know, presses on top and stuff like that. So what I decided to do was I decided to put one of my graphite rackets in it. Now, I adjusted the springs so that when I push it down, it then holds the racket in place. All right, but Philip, come on. These are modern rackets made of graphite, titanium, goodness knows what else. They don't need to be stopped from warping, and you're right. And I didn't do it for that. I did it because it was the easiest way to store them. But you know what happened? After the pandemic and I got the rackets out, I noticed that the racket I had stored, the graphite racket, seemed to have held its tension a little bit longer. Nah, impossible, impossible. There's no way you could do that, right? Well, yeah, I suppose not. So what I decided to do is I had two identical rackets. I got them restrung, and no restringing is perfect. And there was a very small difference after I got them done. So then what I did was I hit the ball with one of them until I felt that they were exactly the same. Great. And then I put them in two presses and I put them down in the basement for 18 months and I got them back out. Yeah, that's right. The one in the frame held the tension longer. Nothing to do with the frame warping or anything. Now, you're going to ask me, but how is that possible? I don't know. All right, I'm not going to lie to you. I want to be honest. I want to tell you that I've got no freaking idea why the press keeps the tension in a graphite racket. What can I tell you? I'm not an expert on everything. In fact, I'm not an expert on anything. And if anybody tells you they're an expert, they're probably not. Anyway, you've got to try it. Have you got rackets that you need to store? Have you got rackets that you want to keep out of the way for a little while, but you don't want to have to restring it every time? Get yourself one of these. A racket press could save you a lot of restrings. Thanks for watching. And of course, remember, do something every single day to improve your squash. See ya.